Alright, so Giga Wing 2. So I used to think that this was a really... I said this when I streamed it on Twitch some time ago, in the past, a couple years ago. But, you know, I thought this was a really good-looking game when I played it back in 2001. I thought it was like the best-looking shooter I'd played, I guess. Maybe it was, I don't know. I mean, but kind of not. Like, I don't even think it looks as good as, like, Ray Crisis now. It's so brown. It bothers me how, like, I know that they were going for like a golden kind of steampunk thing, but it's just so brown. The whole thing is like lost in this like sepia tone wash. Um, you still have the the blue and pink dots, but even those somehow seem washed out. And it's not the same developer, and I can feel that now when I play it. It didn't used to bother me. Another thing about it is, since it's pretty hard to set a high score in arcade, I would usually, and it wasn't the score attack mode. See, the score attack mode is done by level, and you have to have the levels unlocked to do them. I would usually just cheat my way through arcade on free. I'll probably do that here too. Free play the arcade mode, and then see what kind of scores I can put up in the score attack mode. It's kind of an odd structure, but not bad. Not bad at all. The game is still, like I said in the description, quite fun. It's still what's in here? It's still Giga Wing. Getting changing. It's 4-player, which is pretty wild. I've never played that. I don't think I've ever even played a 2-player, but pretty cool that it supports that, right? And of course, we'll try all the different ships and setups. You see these little story intros and such. A lot of it's the same. Very good use of the reflex at all. My timing's been way off. Oof. Yeah, I'm just gonna do terrible. So this is one of the later Dreamcast titles, 2001. Not nearly as many games from that time. That's the year that it died. Most Dreamcast games are from '99, even though it came out in late '99. It was a year after it came out in Japan. It had a huge launch, a bunch of games. And then, you know, most of the games came out in 2000. It's the main year of the Dreamcast before the PS2 arrived. It was really the only next-gen console that year, so kind of. A lot of those were multi-platform releases, though. It came out on like PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Some of the more major games were. I bought this game extremely cheap at the end of the Dreamcast's life, and I sold it for a great deal of money. It's a very valuable game now. Ah, shit. I don't know, maybe I will just play it straight through from the, or not straight through from the beginning, but old school style. Maybe that was where maybe that's where I squandered some of the fun last time. I'll just play it the way I usually play games nowadays, with one credit. I was able to get on the leaderboard anyway on my first attempt. I'm sure we can take out that 9 million points at some point, right? Also, I think they randomized the order of the levels a little bit, so we might see more levels and get more levels beaten anyway. I wonder what the new feature was. Interesting. No, that must be with multiple players or something. Is gallery the new feature? Riveting. There we go. That's better. Just pull this forward and it'll be a lot better. There we go. That's a very fast death. Very slow wind up for my reflect shield. Really, really sluggish, but I complained about that sometimes on, and possibly with certain characters on the first Giga Wing, so it's a thing. Sometimes it just does not. And the bomb too. I mean, I'm pretty quick on that bomb button. I'm pretty quick on it. I don't quite buy what the fuck happened there. I'm pissed off at this. That's not worth entering a name for. Let's try it again with the same character. I don't feel like I got a fair go. Maybe she just sucks. Maybe she's just a super shitty character who all her bombs and reflex and stuff come out slower than everyone else's. I don't know. Her shot seems slower. She seems like a pretty shit-ass character. I don't know. Well, I'll give her another go. Ah, what? Some of this shit is truly shocking. What the fuck is going on? Fuck. Well, I absolutely crushed it on the score somehow, so... Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. I don't get it. It was super hard to do, and I felt like I did really poorly, and now my score is crazy compared to whatever it's ever been before. Does anyone understand the scoring in this damn game? That was also totally amazing. Yeah, okay, I blew it away. I'm glad I tried her again. I don't understand exactly how to trigger those huge explosions of points, but it's sweet when it happens. There's not an autosave option. Guess not. I don't know how many characters there are. 5. 5 characters. That's awesome. 5 characters and 2 modes each. That's dope. This is a different stage, see? Yeah, I think it's just the first 3 and they're randomized. I watched that new Frankenstein movie tonight. Frankenstein seems so strangely difficult for anyone to capture as a film. Great book, though. Ah, shit. Let's see if Del Toro did any better with it than anyone else has. I've watched many Frankensteins in my day, but not been blown away by too much of it. Oh shit, that was fast and I didn't expect it. Still a very solid second place at this moment. So these cave and other bullet hell shooters I've been doing lately, they've been by far my least popular streams. I don't think anyone's actually watched any of this shit so far. If you have, congratulations. You've discovered a rare stream. I don't know why people don't like these. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to play whatever I'm going to play. Channel be damned. I'm mostly here to play games, and the YouTube is like incidental to that. But I wonder if people are just scared to play bullet hells a little bit because they look super intimidating. They're really not that hard. They give you like these things to protect yourself, like the shielding thing that I do. The bullets are slower than a lot of other games. You know, your hitbox size is like a single pixel basically. They're not. They don't play quite like they look, and they're not nearly as. They're actually among the easier types of shooters to get into. That Toa Plant shit that I streamed, which got tons of views, That's like the hardest kind of shit to get into. Truck Stop is a game designed to make you miserable. So something like this is very approachable by comparison, but not like easy either. It's its own thing. But yeah, I don't know. Don't be scared of bullet hell shooters. Is what I'm trying to say here. They're not really the hardest shooters at all. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you can see I'm still doing very poor timing on my reflex. Could have probably gotten huge bonuses there that would put me in a completely different score bracket that I'm in right now. That's what's weird about this game, is how much your score can vary depending on whether or not you have these bonuses. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. I maybe like the more score as a reflection of your simple progression kind of thing, of like old total plan shooters like I was talking about. But yeah, you gotta know how to make the magic happen in this game. That's really the whole thing on it, more than anything else. Yeah, maybe this one's a lot more brutal about that than the first Giga Wing, which was a little more straightforward. I think most people like the first game better, and I get that. But I think this game's cool and worth playing. Kind of a Twin Cobra 2 type situation. Oh shit, do I have to play Twin Cobra 2 now? It's not that bad of a game either. It's just not Twin Cobra. Or a total playing game. Ah, shit. Cool. Hey, this is a new second place, right? Oh no. Yeah, it is a new second place. Awesome. Word. Or wait, does that number have to be 9,000 to be the old default high score? I can't remember. I think maybe it does need to be 9,000, not 900. Solid third place, just barely ahead of, yeah, it's, you have to get 9,000 and I got 11,000. Which is actually, what, 119 million or something? 119 billion. Or a trillion? Fuck, I don't know. That's super hard to read. What a ridiculously huge number. And shitty scoring system. Fun game, though. I really liked her, though, as a character. She's cool. Very different than the other ones. Get some pretty good variety here. Oops, wrong button. The music cueing on that part is spectacular, by the way, and I love it. Like, that's... I actually really like the soundtrack of this game. It's like very theatrical, like orchestral shit. It works awesome in context. Shit! Yeah, that music is very hype. I like it. Score be looking good. Life situation be looking not good. And that was profitable. New high score. Nice. I didn't like using that ship, yet it turned out to be the one that scored the most points. Who knows? Just 1 second, we'll run through them all again. With the laser reflect instead of the barrier reflect, I don't know what that means. We'll find out. I may try it on one character and decide I hate it and never use it again, so we'll see. Be right back. I was going to do Mars Matrix today too, but we'll get to that one later. I don't have time, unfortunately, to give this game as much time as I'd like and then also do that, you know. It's interesting. Badass. Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. Like an instant new high score, kind of sweet. That's pretty cool. Reflect laser might just be where it's at since I've crushed my old score. Just absolutely stomped it into the ground to an unrecognizable degree. I just increased my score by like 30% in that one spot, basically. Insane. That's insanity. You know, this game's pretty damn cool the more time I spend with it. I'm actually really getting into it. It's hard to say whether I like it more than the first one. I think I like the original Giga Wing a little better, probably, but this is really cool. I don't know. This one's got its own advantages, like having this laser mode and stuff. It's pretty cool. That was really, really weak. That wasn't, though. That was badass. That's amazing. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. That old trick again. Damn it. thing's still alive somehow? Does it ever die? There we go. This is my first time seeing the 4th level. I think it is. 4th level. That's amazing. Yeah, so I think that just completely blows my previous scores out of the water, doesn't it? Like, to a degree that's just stupid. It's like orders of magnitude further. Let me look and see. Wasn't it like 8 million before? Or 8 quintillion, or whatever the fuck digit that represents, and now it's 292. Yeah, 6.2 before, now 292.0. That's crazy. That's so much better. And it doesn't even say in the type whether you did reflect barrier or reflect laser, but man, it's reflect laser that made the difference. I don't know. I don't know if I can even make those things compare. It's just not like I got crazy better at it all of a sudden. That did unlock the 4th stage. Shit, this has been a little sloppy. Now I'm at 1 compared to my high score of 292. You really got to make it work. You got to get the magic moment so that it doesn't happen on your score. It's interesting. Too late on that. Too late on that. It's alright though. That made up for it. Well, shit. That's super unpleasant. It's funny, I'm so close to second place and so far from first place. It's not like I'm doing bad, it's just, what the hell happened that one time? You know what I mean? I've taken second place. shit. Absolutely question. Nice. Oh shit, I always forget. Always forget. Get suckered by the same bullshit every time. Alright, new second place. Now we're getting more in the ballpark, at least, with the top score. Doing a little better. This is a game where you can really watch your skill grow on it after you play it for just a little while, even. Nice. Oh, nice. I think that's the first time I've ever destroyed that. Shit. Got out of hand. Completely out of hand. I couldn't see my character when I spawned back and couldn't tell what was going on. Not gonna happen. We're not gonna do any of that. And I'm not gonna do any of that again. God, it's really struggling here. Awesome. Pretty poorly with this character, I think. I feel like I'm doing pretty shitty. What? I feel like they just don't even want me to do halfway decent here. It's just bullshit. Well, shit. What? I was so holding down on the button. What the hell is that? I'm doing this guy again. In fact, I'm doing this again right now. I don't see any reason to continue from that point. That was just stupid. Scoring so much less this time. That's fine though, I'm not dead. In the long run, that's how you get more points, I think. By not being dead. Although in this game it's really hard to tell, to be honest. pissed about that too. Bullshit. That's straight up bullshit right there. I don't know. I don't even know what to do at this point. I think this one's not getting it done. Fall for the same shit every time. Yeah, it doesn't leave me with much. Oh man, timing is terrible. Just couldn't see what was going on. Alright, I'll do just a couple more. And I gotta feed these dogs. Alright. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I've been playing a lot of cave shooters lately. Thanks for stopping by, Captain Dwayne Hicks. Um, Probably the more interesting one I busted out was Dodonpachi Resurrection, which I played on my Xbox 360. That's an import game that I bought from a local shop. It's a European release, but it doesn't have any region locking on it. Region locking software based on the Xbox 360. Some games have it and some don't. But that's one you can actually play. And apparently that game has also been re-released on the Nintendo Switch, but I'm pretty sure you gotta set your account to Japan to get it. Which is the case with a lot of the good shooters that are on Switch. I used Final Burn though for most of the arcade games, like you. I didn't use Final Burn. I don't know what Final Burn Legends actually is, but I used Final Burn Neo, which I use for a lot of stuff, just because I have a good ROM set for it, and it's not enormous. Like I want to get MAME set up, but MAME, like if you get everything for MAME, it's freaking huge. You know what I mean? It's like a bajillion games. And a lot of it's just garbage, like mahjong games and stuff, and gambling machines that I don't care about. Like to have like a curated one would be nice, but I don't really know anything about that, so I don't know. I don't want to get a whole separate hard drive just for MAME either, though. I want to say that my Final Burn collection is probably like a good 20 gigs anyway. And that's what I use for like Neo Geo and CPS and a lot of other stuff and just random arcade games that I play. I did a classic arcade game stream the other day with a bunch of Golden Age arcade games, and I used Final Burn for that as well. For I think everything in it, probably. This game did come out in the arcade too. I think it's either Naomi or a Thomas Wave, I guess, because it's on Dreamcast hardware either way. So I'm playing it on Flycast. You could also play the arcade game on Flycast. I don't think there's any meaningful difference other than the stage score attack mode that they also included in this. I think they're otherwise identical. I have one more cave shooter on Xbox 360 that I want to do also, which is Death Smiles. And if you've never seen that game, look it up. It's pretty cool. It's a bit like, it's kind of like one of the Cotton games or something. Like little witches flying around. You can shoot in two directions, so it's a bit like, I don't know, like Troubleshooters or something. Oh, it's an Xbox emulator build. I've never actually modded an OG Xbox. That's something I'd like to try someday. I have a modded Nintendo Wii sitting behind me, like that I soft modded, and I loaded it up with a lot of cool emulators and like 14,000 cartridge games that I have. And the thing about my Wii though is that it's the video capacitors on it are blown out, and so like now the screen's like really dim. If you leave it on a long time, it kind of warms up and the screen's not so dim, but it still sucks. I need to do something about it. Probably the easiest thing to do, rather than try to like solder in new video capacitors, would be to just like buy another Wii, and they're really cheap. Just buy another one and run the same kind of mods on it, and bada boom, bada bing, you got a nice little emulator box. It works awesomely well on a CRT television. That is a CRT television behind me, if you can kind of see it in frame there. But yeah, I think the Xbox probably has even more and better options than the Wii does for emulators. It's been modded longer, more people use it. it's x86 based instead of being a power PC, so it's a lot more normal to program for. Yeah, and I've seen stuff, and it just seems like most things just run great on it. Otherwise, if you're trying to connect to a modern display, I recommend either using a work laptop that you're not using anymore, buying a mini PC like I did, or a cheap laptop, or like a Dell like Optiplex type thing, like an office PC, cheap ass office PC. Assuming you don't want to go beyond like Nintendo Wii or whatever. If you want to emulate PS3, whatever else might exist, it's Switch and whatever else is beyond that, like you probably need something like a gaming PC more or less. But or that new little Steam box might actually be good for stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really play much beyond PS2 and GameCube. And I'm using this is one of those B-Link SER mini PCs. I paid like $270 US for it. I thought it was a really good deal, and I think they're more now because of tariff and import costs and stuff, but and just generally rising costs. But I bought it like a couple years ago. Yeah, I should get the newest MAME. I know that they've got like good Model 2 emulation in it now and some other stuff. It's just like I said, it's just a matter of hard drive space versus finding a ROM set that's distilled down to just games that I think are cool. I was thinking about downloading the Naomi arcade set, Naomi and Atomic Wave arcade set to play here in Flycast, because there's some neat stuff in there. Like there's an extra Dynamite Cop game that never came out on Dreamcast. It was just an arcade exclusive, so it's basically like a third Dynamite Cop game. I think this is a pretty cool looking game, and it looks a lot different than the first Giga Wing, which was like bright and kind of wild looking. This one's all golden and steampunky. I mean, it's supposed to be a steampunk theme before. I just didn't really pick that up from the first game. It just seemed more like a general sci-fi vibe. I spent less than $30 buying this game and Project Justice and a bunch of other games. I sold this game at Project Justice though, and got over $500 out of them at some point. I have Project Justice anyway and a Capcom compilation. I streamed it not that long ago and didn't enjoy it at all, which is interesting because I had a lot of fun when I played it before. Sometimes that's the way it is with games, especially fighting games. I'll either get the feel for it or I won't, and that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. Like, I used to not really care for Dead or Alive 2, and now every time I fire it up on here, I have tons of fun with it. Oh yeah, if you got a Saturn, if you can swing it, it's worth getting like an ODE mod. Actually, you don't even need to do that anymore. They have those cartridges now. You should get one of those. I don't even know what they're called, but it's like a cartridge you put in your Saturn's cartridge slot that lets you use an SD card to load games. My Saturn is old school modded, like it has a soldered in mod chip that lets me run backup games, and then in the cartridge slot I have a 4 megabyte all-in-one cartridge, which serves as a 4 meg card, a save card, and a region defeat. Although I think the mod chip defeats region anyway, so that's done 2 times over. But I just burned off most of what I wanted on Saturn. It's a weird thing on the Saturn. Like, I was real into it when I first got it because it has a bunch of awesome arcade games and they're cool to play on like a CRT television. It has a great controller. The video output I think looks really good on it on a CRT. But it's like as far as playing those games go, like those arcade games, it's like now I just mostly use emulators for everything, and it's not almost arcade perfect. It's just the arcade game. You know what I mean? So, like, even as great as the Saturn is, it's like for a lot of stuff, it's unnecessary for me. But then again, it does have some truly, truly great exclusive stuff, like the Panzer Dragoon games, Radiant Silvergun. Um, and sometimes the home versions were better than the arcade, like Hyper Duel. So I mean, it just depends on the game. But when I streamed Hyper Duel not that long back, I played the Saturn version instead of the arcade game because it has like a remixed, very enhanced version of it on there. They actually made it a better game by doing some stuff with the controls. There we go. Visually, this game reminds me a lot of the Sylphid game that Treasure made for PS2, Sylphid the Lost Planet, which I've also streamed at some point. And it's getting dark early now. Can't see in here. All right. This game's scoring is so wild, though. I haven't gotten anywhere close to my high score since I set it. I mean, like, my second place is like 60 instead of 292 or something. 64, maybe, something like that. It's just because of wild bonuses that I got. Like, my first and second place, I probably made it the same distance in the game. It's all about these big bonuses that you get off of targeting things with the reflect. Which means you really have to have your timing right to hit a big batch of shots, like right when something big comes out that you're going to hit and get a big bonus off of. Yeah, it's hard for me to remember that it's almost winter time because it's almost 80 degrees out. Looks like we're not going to do fall this year. Oh, nice. I mean, we took care of that efficiently, but that's not great scoring on that either. Nice. Yeah, now I'm putting up some real score. Okay, okay. This is a little more like it. I think that's certainly second place. I hear you, dog. You're not gonna starve. You'll be alright. Fat little turd. Ah, shit. Did I have another line? I did not catch what happened there. That was a complete mess. Anyway, seems like I gotta wrap this up. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out, Dwayne Hicks. I appreciate it. Um, I do have some more of these that I'm gonna do. Probably Mars Matrix, maybe Danganronpa, maybe ESP Raw Day, and definitely Death Smiles. So I am gonna play Burnout Dominator sometime before that. I'm still doing the Burnout games, and then sometime after Dominator, I'm gonna play Burnout Paradise also. Um, and then I might move on to something a little more long form, but I don't know. I had been doing Borderlands games, and the next one of those would be a pre-sequel, so I might start on that sometime within a month or so. Sometime toward the end of the year, I'll probably do that game. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up for now. Hope you have a good weekend, and thanks for watching. Have a good